Yo, this is the Is This Mike on podcast sports talk. Yeah, I like that. All right, let's get into it. Yo, Giants Nation, it finally happened. Brian Daboll lost his job. Okay? Why did he lose his job, you ask? Because he had another collapse. They blew a 10-point lead in Chicago versus the Bears. Caleb Williams was looking like that first round pick that everybody thought he would be because of the Giants. Hey, man, I don't know about you, but I'm going to tell you about me. I'm sick of it. Everybody has a coming out party when they play the Giants. Listen, Brian Daboll might be a good offensive coordinator. It does not mean he's a great head coach. He won Coach of the Year. I don't know how he did it. Listen, 4 years. He had 3 bad ones. It was just time to go. I was a fan of Brian Daboll. But when you do the math, 4 years, 3 of them were bad, and he only had 1 good year. It's just simple mathematics, man. And it's sad. John Mara, he's sick, and he still had to make these kind of decisions with Steve Tisch. Now, I was in Twitter Spaces. Shout out to the Twitter Spaces and everybody that run them. And they was having a conversation saying that Steve Tisch and John Mara had to fire Brian Daboll. It wasn't the GM, or they told the GM to do it. One of the two. And they said they came to this because they didn't think Joe Schoen was going to pull the trigger or something to that degree, right? Well, I kind of disagree. It's not that I have any insight, but I really think Joe Schoen was already parting ways. He was already putting distance between him and Brian Daboll. I think he was ready to throw his boy out the door too. I mean, the thing is this. We all got a job to do. Boys or not. If you're not doing your job and you had ample time to do it, it's just time for you to go. Okay? But about the game, man. The Giants, they blew a 10-point lead. We're 2-8 now. I mean, we look disgusting. I mean, the Bears were running the ball all over us. Caleb Williams running out the pocket, running for touchdowns. The defense was looking absolutely disgusting. I do not know why. Shane Bowen is here too. He should have left too, and they should have gave Andre Patterson a shot. That should have been the theme come yesterday. Give everybody a shot. Hey, how bad can you be? Okay? How bad can you be? Give everybody a shot. Hey, get rid of Joe Schoen. You know, get the assistant GM. You're now the GM. Mike Kefka, you're now the head coach. Andre Patterson, you're now the DC. You know, what is it? Shane Tierney, you the OC. Or whatever the guy's name is. You know, I was really upset losing to the Bears. You know, I'm upset after every Giants loss. That's just the kind of Giants fan I am. No matter what loss, I never want to see the Giants lose, man. Even though, excuse me, I would like that draft pick to be as high as possible. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I mean, I think that's a lot of us. If we're not gonna win a Super Bowl, give me a high draft pick. But in that Bears game, we just look sloppy, man. And Brian Burns, man, the highlight they got on this guy, getting caught in that spin, Lord, that's an ugly one. You know, DeAndre Swift was running the ball all over our squad. You know, Kayvon, man, it just wasn't a good game, man. It wasn't a good game. A lot of plays that got called back. Dexter Lawrence finally got to do the sexy Dexy. It got called back. You know, it's just a lot of things was happening. Abdul Carter could have had a sack. It got called back. Deontay Banks, man, brother. I mean, you were just looking bad in that game. And then Brian Daboll, man, you know, you got half a yard. And you go for it 9 times out of 10 on 4th down. Half a yard at their goal line, and you didn't go for it. You kicked the field goal. You just don't know when to go for it. You don't know when to be ballsy. You're an emotional coach. You were trying to save your job. You were playing it safe. And I get it, because we get mad when he goes for it and he don't get the points and it don't work out. And then on other terms, like this time, he didn't go for it, and we possibly lost the game behind it. And then whose idea was it to run Jackson Dart like he was Bo Jackson? Did you not think he was going to get hurt? Did you not? Of course you did, because I knew. I knew the way they was running. I said he's going to get hurt. He's going to get hurt. I knew it. I think we all knew it. The way they were running that kid. You cannot run a quarterback like that. The defense starts getting antsy and they start wanting to put hits on a kid, regardless of fine. Regardless of fine. And Russell Wilson, man, I was one of the biggest Russell Wilson fans coming into this season. I'm not gonna lie. I'm thinking like Russ. He still got it. He took the Steelers to the playoff. Russ. No. That's not it, brother. That's not it, man. You got to sit your ass down, man. Jameis Winston has to be quarterback number 2. Y'all, listen, Giants, y'all cannot play that man like that. You know what I'm saying? You can't play that man. You can't play Russell Wilson like that, meaning he can't step on the field, and you can't play Jameis like that, meaning give him a shot. He was the number 1 pick overall for a reason. I'm not saying he's still talented like that. His better days are behind him, but I'm saying he got to be better than Russ, because, man, Russ is stinking up the joint. Come on, man. Giants, we have to be better. Mike Kafka, you have to show us some of them play designs. Brian Daboll was calling the plays, I would like to think. At some point, Brian Daboll was on their headset like, hey, oh, fuck that. Give me the reins. I got this one. Run Jackson Dart 20 times until he gets hurt. You know, I have to believe that, man. You know, but the good thing about this, we're getting our first look at Mike Kafka, how he would be as a head coach. Remember that at one time Mike Kafka was a hot name in the head coach search? Well, we about to see what he got. And I can understand the Joe Schoen thing. I can understand keeping Joe Schoen. I'm not saying I would. I would make Brandon Brown the GM. You know, the assistant GM. I think that's his name, Brandon Brown. I would make him the GM. Personally, I'd have got them both out. I'd have cleaned that. I mean, a clean house on them straight up. I would have gave Andre Patterson his shot, even though he's never, ever been a DC. I still would have gave him his shot, or somebody that's knowledgeable. If you don't have nobody that can be the defensive coordinator and you weren't training them up during the season, shame on the Giants. Shame on Joe Schoen. Shame on ownership. Like, straight up, if you didn't have somebody where you couldn't fire Shane Bowen, shame on you guys. That's your damn fault. That is literally your fault. And Andre Patterson, shame on you if you ain't saying, hey, man, I would like to be knowledgeable as a defensive coordinator. I mean, come on, what the hell? What are we doing this for? If you ain't doing this for the pesos, what you doing it for? I mean, I get it. Some people do it for the love, but damn all that. Like I told you, I'm an all or nothing kind of guy. You know what I mean? Give me the Super Bowl or give me my first round pick, man. Straight up. You know? Because all this good feeling, we winning. Man, I ain't gonna lie. Once I lose, I'm like, fuck. I'm already looking at the pit. Once the playoffs is over, I'm like, fuck. Look how far we are down in the damn draft. Because listen, come draft season, the higher you go, I'm I'm looking at the picks, man. I'm hyped. Like, oh, we can get this player, we can get this player. But the problem is, if you ain't got a head coach, man, it don't matter. It don't matter how good they are, man. Like Deontay Banks, he looked like a scrub. Hyatt looked like a scrub. But this is the problem, man. Our Giants coaching staff cannot develop players. They go to other teams that can develop players because and look good. It's not only because the Giants can't develop. It's because in New York, we have this thing where when we pick somebody, they have to play up to that pick. You know, oh, you playing him so sparingly. You picked him number 5 or you picked him number 7. But you can't actually use him what he's good at. You know, like Evan Neal is prime example of not using a person at what he's good at. So by the time we put him at guard, it's only for like not even a year. You know, and that's my true belief. We shouldn't have pigeonholed him as a tackle just because he was the 7th overall pick. I'm not saying this guy was going to work out, but you should have played him at every position you possibly think he can fit his whole tenure as a Giant. But you pigeonholed him at tackle and he didn't work out. Let's say he would work 2 or 3 years at guard. Maybe his 4th year, he could have been a decent guard. But you started working him out at guard later in his career or his last year, and it didn't work out. So you just wanted him to pick it up. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying Evan Neal is a good player, but my thing is when somebody's a 7th overall pick or a 1st-round pick, I feel like you need to try everything their whole tenure while they're here and see what they're good at, man. Because we got absolutely nothing for this kid. Absolutely nothing. But, you know, we ain't going to cry over spilled milk. Brian Daboll's gone. Yo, who do y'all want to see as head coach, Giants fans? Hey, man. Hey, thank you, everybody, for tapping in. Like, share, subscribe. Is This Mike on Podcast Sports Talk? I'm out.